with Bortles and Trubisky. Your quarterbacks really are winning despite him. Be very careful about falling for the, we're winning games. The quarterback, because that's what Jacksonville did with Bortles. And we all knew watching it, Bortles was an issue. So I watch nothing against Baker, but I watch them and I'm like, they're great. They are really average at quarterback.
I don't think they're winning despite him. I think that he's doing what they're asking him to do, and it's working. And based off of Baker's skill set and based off of the way that this team is built, this is how they should be playing, and that's why they're winning.
How come he's not accurate anymore? Wasn't that his thing?
It was his thing.
He's like, it's not his size or his arm. His accuracy is mad.
Well, he had his first game with a winning touchdown, or with a passing touchdown, since week 7 against the Bengals. But they beat the Jags 27-25, got their 8th win of the season, and that assures that they will not finish with a losing record for the first time since 2007. And they're also on track to make their first playoff appearance since 2002. The AFC North was not looking like how we thought it was going to look.
No.
The Steelers are 10-0. The Browns are 8-3. Ravens 6-4. And obviously the Bengals are out of it 2-8-1. But if you look at the remaining schedule for the Browns, they are at Tennessee. Then they have Baltimore, at the Giants, at the Jets, and then Pittsburgh. So kind of interesting remaining schedule for the rest of the teams in the AFC North. Now, we know, obviously, what the Steelers are going to do.
Brown's schedule is pretty darn tough. Let's be fair. Tennessee.
Like, if you look at the Ravens can get this win next Monday. They're obviously going to struggle against the Steelers. But if they can get back on track after that.
They could win 5 straight.
The Browns' schedule is brutal.
It's brutal. Cleveland's got it. So if I predict Cleveland goes 9-7. I look at their schedule right now, and they look 9-7 to me. My WL pocket calendar. Browns are becoming, and I thought they'd pick up a lot of wins early, but in the end, this is tough. Giants are a real football team, and if
Giants
Daniel
are
Jones,
a real team. We don't know what Baltimore is going to be in that game, and Tennessee at any moment can just blow you out. So it's these next couple games, at least for the AFC North, are going to be really interesting. But I got to say, we'll give credit where credit's due. Stefanski is doing an amazing job there.
He's been great.
He has.
Terrific.
So after falling behind 17-3, the Rams rallied back and seemed to be in control after scoring 17 straight points. But the 49ers kicked 2 field goals in the last 3 minutes and 11 seconds to win 23-20 and sweep the season series against the Rams. Jared Goff once again struggled holding on to the ball, committed 3 turnovers, and he has now had 3 games with multiple turnovers in his last 4, starting with the Week 8 loss to Miami.
No, he was Goffle. He just one of 2 things. He does. When he's a little uncomfortable and he's forced to move in the pocket, he makes mistakes. He does. And yesterday, again, watch when he's making mistakes. What happens? Pressure. And it's not that he gets, I can tell 2 series in with every Rams game. Against Tampa Bay, I was like 2 series in. I'm like, he's comfortable. They're going to be very good.
The weird thing about Goff is we know what he's capable of.
Yes.
So it's just the consistency that is so strange. But you got to give credit to Shanahan. And Nick Mullins is doing a better job of taking care of the ball. Only 1 interception. No passing touchdowns, but he was 24-35 for 252 yards.
Yes.
So can't take anything against them. Away from them. Their next 2 home games, week 13 and 14, will be at State Farm Stadium in Arizona. They have a new COVID restriction in their area. So that's just what we're dealing with this year.
I try to stay away from politics, but man, California's had some real overreaches as a government. I'm sorry.
I'm glad I don't have to make any of those decisions. That's what I will say. I don't agree with all of them, but I'm glad I'm not the one having to make them. So the Raiders did. What are the Raiders? How does this happen?
Well, okay, how about this? The old high-low theory. Take out yesterday for the Raiders and take out their win over Kansas City. So yesterday's their low, that's their high. What are they? A good football team.
Yes.
They're good. So take the crap out, take your worst performance, and then take the win over the Chiefs at Arrowhead out, and what are they? They're a B football team, which needs one more draft to figure the defense out.
Well, this was a disaster.
Oh, it was awful.
They turned the ball over a season-high 5 times, 4 of them committed by Derek Carr. They also had a season-high 11 penalties for 141 yards. They
terrible on 3rd down.
Were held without a touchdown for the first time this season and only managed to put up 2 field goals.
Oh, by the way, I bet Atlanta last week. They come back this week. The last Atlanta Falcons game I bet and won was the Super Bowl loss to the Patriots. I picked New England. If somebody can explain, The Atlanta Falcons are the Bermuda Triangle of my wallet. Literally, every time I bet them, I lose. It doesn't matter if I pick up. It's incredible. I've never had a team I can't ever win.
I'm not going to lie. I saw this yesterday, and I did think,
what in the hell is this?
This is a week off. I don't know. I don't have an explanation for it. They do have talents. They are playing better since they have moved on from Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
So they have figured some things out.
They've been great for 5 weeks. I bet them once. They stunk. And they didn't even show up the week I bet them.
Well, for the Raiders, they are obviously still in the hunt in the AFC playoff picture. The rest of their schedule, they're at 6-5 with the Ravens at 6-4 and Patriots at 5-6.
God.
The rest of their schedule is at the Jets, then the Colts, Chargers, and Dolphins at home, then at the Broncos.
By the way, doesn't it feel like the Raiders are so much better than the Patriots, like all year long? And you look up and they're separated by a game, and didn't the Patriots beat them? So, I mean, all year, the Raiders have been a very positive, optimistic story. They're 6-5. The Patriots are like, man overboard. They're tanking. They're 5-6. I mean, in the end, this league, outside of a couple teams at the top. And
sometimes we get a little caught in narratives. And,
of course.
You know, if they had a spectacular win, obviously beating Kansas City, but their schedule's not brutal going forward. It's just going to depend on how the rest of those teams do.
Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
It's so funny because sports gambling now is much more legal in America. Supreme Court passed it, and the states are rolling it out. So more and more people are betting. And what you find, this has been a weird year of the NFL because of all the COVID stuff. I mean, you wake up one morning like Sunday, and I'm like, 4 guys for this team are out. Like, I love the Ravens this weekend, and then all of a sudden, Thursday, the team gets COVID. It was going to be one of my bets of the week, and I'm like, okay, I guess and then the league later moved the game to Tuesday. You're finding out now when you bet football, it's very easy if you could bet future bets, like who's going to win their division. But week to week, it's a crazy league. Niners beat them again? They beat the Rams again with Nick Mullins in L.A.? Like, makes no sense.
I don't know which one is more surprising, the Atlanta game or that game.
It's just crazy. What do we make of the Packers? Talk that next. Cyber Monday. Stay cozy right now in Cyber Monday. Meet cold with cozy. Tommy John underwear, pajamas, brown, bras, and loungewear. The Cyber Monday sale right now. Give the gift of comfort to everybody in your life. Men's and women's loungewear. Order now. The last time they had all these limited edition holiday gifts, gift sets, they sold